Following on from the killer tips on object selection, which is now posted on the Caddie software channel on YouTube, and you can watch that at any time, we've now got some more tips for you, some more killer tips, this time on text. But we're going to start off with one of those thorny old issues of how to get text at the correct size on your drawing sheets. So your layout sheets and in the viewports, when you have viewports at different scales, how can you make sure the text is consistent so your drawings look neat and well presented? Well, first of all, we'll show you how the text could look, and we'll maybe look to you if you haven't already come across the annotative text. So we've got our text, we'll set the text up. So we've got 10mm, which we want at 1:50, so that's great for when we plot it out on a 1:50 drawing. The text will be 10mm high, we're using the font Arial. So OK that, enter our text, and we'll just drop our text down here. So we've got, say, front elevation. Now I just correct the inappropriate use of the shift key, and we'll OK that. So there's our text. We'll just press the escape, so we're not putting any more text in. We'll just drop that in the right place there. We'll go to our sheets. We'll go to our object viewport creation. So we'll choose a rectangle and literally just create our viewport there. We'll put it on the A3 sheet 1 in this particular instance at 1:50, and we'll just drop it down there on the bottom of our sheet. So there's our text. We can see that's absolutely great, just as we wanted. But if we wanted that elevation, say a 1:100, so we could go to recapture or recreate a viewport from the captured view, which we'll do at, and just removing the add scale to annotative objects there, so we'll just see how it would be under normal circumstances. So scale for viewport 1:100, and we drop that down, and as you see, not only is the elevation scaled by that factor of half, also the text. So we've gone from 1:50 to 1:100, the text has shrunk. That may be not what we want. If we go back to our model here, and this time we're going to put down our text, so going back to the text tools, we'll go into our text set, and we're going to pick the annotative tick box there. Now you'll see that as soon as we do that, the scale factor disappears completely, and we get plotted height. So this will give us 10mm plotted height on there. And we'll OK that. And just over here in our object properties, the annotation scale that we're looking at the moment is 1:50. So we'll enter our text. So we'll just type in elevation, or keep it consistent, so front elevation, and there it is. So we've got our front elevation, and in fact if we just edit that, so right click and edit, and we'll just say annotative, just to make the distinction there, and we'll create our viewport this time. Go into our sheets, we'll create our viewport. You can make that a little bit bigger if we want to, but we'll put this on sheet 2 and put it on the viewport at 1:50, and there it is. So there we are, we've got both looking absolutely identical in terms of height. The difference is, I'll just pull that up just slightly, there we go. The difference is when we go to create our viewport, our object viewport, if we choose 1:100 now, and we tick the little box to add the scale to the viewport, to the annotative object, should I say, OK that, put that down, what we see, we just do a regen there, is we get the text, which is now the same size as we had on our original viewport, as opposed to the size of the text, which has just been shrunk down. And since we're concerning ourselves with making presentation look just so, let's just cover another little couple of tips here. We can pick our viewport and we can just expand that by clicking on the grips there, but we'll notice that all of the front elevation annotative doesn't appear in there because it's still relative to the same position. We might wish to move that particular scale to a different location, and we could also remove the front elevation text there if we wanted to. First of all, we need to check under settings, under environment settings, that under our viewports here, that we've got the enable through viewport editing set to yes. So you just double click on there and get the options. So we want yes. And just checking on our viewport, we'll see that the scale is locked, so we're not going to affect the scale there. So you've got the yes or no option. But we'll double click our viewport. We can then pick on our text, remove that, pick on our annotative text, we'll move that across, and then just either double click outside, or if we go through having aborted, we can toggle through viewport editing as well. So it does the same job as just double clicking outside. But you'll see there that we leave the original text, annotated text, in the same position on the 150 elevation, and because we removed the text from through the viewport editing of the model space, it's actually gone from the 150 to just the normal format text.